So we just made it here to the new Starbucks. Again, across the parking lot. If you angle it a little bit, you'll see the Chipotle just across the parking lot. But one of the things I was excited about again is that there's some dedicated bike infrastructure in a way of bike racks here. So what I'm in the process of doing is locking up the bikes, and we'll go in.
I just stepped in gum and I thought my shoes were just sticky because they're bike shoes. They're supposed to stick, right?
I think so. But I hate people who spit gum out. I hope you guys, if you're watching, don't spit gum out on the sidewalk. That's bad business, right?
Very tacky.
I think if you spit gum out on the sidewalk, it's kind of like graffiti. It should be like, you should lose a digit, maybe. Maybe, just saying. We live in a world of law and order.
This is what you say on recording. I hope nobody ever catches you on the hot mic.
I'll be canceled so fast. It's been a good run, yeah. It's been a good run. I can see me now coming out with a apology tape.
No, I think you're pretty unapologetic.
The old hostage apology tape. So guess what?
What?
We are live and on location in historic downtown Ridgefield. We are, should I say the date?
Yeah, it's like the end of May.
End of May, just the week after Memorial Day. It's starting to get hot. Today's supposed to be 85 degrees. Mm-hmm. So your boy is none too happy about that, if you guys know me well.
Yeah.
I know you're excited about it.
I don't know if I'm excited about it, but I don't mind it. I think I have a very measured perspective of weather, which is that I just try to appreciate whatever Mother Nature has for us on any given day.
I think you do, and I think that's a good way to look at it. I'm much more about humbug when it starts getting too sunny and hot. But again, I digress. So we wanted to shoot this video today because we're super excited to go to the brand new Starbucks up at the Pioneer Street and 56th development. What is the name of this development? So Union Ridge Town Center.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. But technically where the Starbucks, Chipotle, McDonald's, and the new Shell gas station are is called Ridgefield Gateway. But
gotcha.
I'm just gonna call it Union Ridge.
So literally,
because that's the Costco plus the other development.
Right. Speaking of Costco, a few months back, we actually did a video similar to this. Actually, we jumped on the bikes and we rode to Costco for the brand new opening, the grand opening of the Costco. And if you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check that video out here. And a few months later now, the next new business, a Starbucks, is opening up in
Union Ridge Town Center.
Union Ridge Town Center. Everything in Ridgefield is either Union, Ridge, Pioneer,
Some things are Royal.
Settler, or Royal. We have fun with it. But again, so brand new Starbucks just opened up. It's going to be part of a massive commercial development. Actually, right next to the Starbucks is a Chipotle that's opening up in any day now. You're also going to have an In-N-Out. This little burger joint that just opened up. You may or may not have heard of it. So again, we're excited to try out this new Starbucks. We're on our bikes today. We're going to ride there. It's a few mile ride.
Yeah.
But we wanted to shoot this video to kind of talk about one of our favorite things about this town of Ridgefield, which
is the focus on multimodal transportation and bikeability, walkability.
And just to me, we like the Northwest because it's a very well-balanced lifestyle here. Ridgefield, even a higher level. Right behind us is the Overlook Bridge and also the upcoming Ridgefield Waterfront development.
Question.
Yeah.
Were those cranes always there?
They were not.
So they match now the freeway?
They now match the freeway.
Okay.
They have matching cranes.
Sometimes I notice things and Jared's like, do you know how long it's been like that? And you've never noticed it. I'm like, it's my first time.
Yeah. So just over our shoulder, a whole other development that's planned. We've sat in on a couple city meetings. This sounds super exciting.
Yeah, they're going to have a big outdoor park with an amphitheater so that they can have performances like concerts in the park. Vancouver already does several concerts in the park. And I'm really excited to have something comparable in Ridgefield.
Yeah.
The plans look amazing.
They're going to have a kayak and like small personal watercraft launch.
Yeah, and like the thing I also like is the focus on making it accessible. So there's going to be a ramp because a lot of those kayak launches are pretty steep.
Yeah.
So they're really focusing on making it accessible to a variety of people. Plus, once they find a developer, there'll probably be apartments down there and restaurants. Maker spaces is a big focus. Not a lot of commercial, because the city recognizes that in the post-COVID world, the demand for commercial is a lot less than for office space. So they're going to focus on maker spaces, things like coffee roasting or like a brewery or, I don't know, like a crafting sort of business.
When I hear that, it reminds me of Portland a lot. So I'm excited about that aspect of it.
So we were talking about how we love Ridgefield for the bikeability. That's one of the reasons that we moved to Ridgefield.
Yeah. So not too long ago, we took a trip through Europe. We did like a river cruise, and every country and all the cities that we stopped, we did like a bike excursion.
Hello.
Hello, Moto. Hey, look at you. What? Wait a minute. You're not in Vancouver or Portland.
I'm not.
What's going on here?
I'm in Amsterdam.
Scamsterdam?
Leave it to you to change the name of something. What did you... Oh, I just said, oh, look at that lady's peacoat, and you said peacoat de gallo. So yeah, we're here, getting on bikes, exploring Amsterdam.
So you want to find something even more Portland than Portland with the bikes?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
And we got to the hotel around what time? 9 maybe?
Yeah, 9 local time, 9 a.m.
And hotel room isn't ready, so the hotel had bikes, so we're gonna go out and bike around, see what.
Shout out to our friends at the Kimpton, and we're just getting on the bikes. It's a nice, legit 39 degrees.
Is it really?
Feeling like winter.
Oh boy, I think I'm a rookie, huh?
And we're gonna do some exploring on these old canal streets and these old houses, these old beautiful brick houses. All right, y'all. Or a walking tour.
That was the only way I could get him to agree
The only way. I'm like, bike is life to me.
to leaving the Northwest.
Bikes is life.
Yeah.
But one of the things that stood out to me, and I think you as well, was just how, I mean, Europe, if you guys have been, it's totally different, right? You can walk out of your house, short walk, get a cappuccino, get lunch. You didn't necessarily, life doesn't revolve around getting in a car, right?
Yeah, it really doesn't rely on getting in your car. And so when we decided to move again, we were like, how can we incorporate, we're not gonna move to Europe, but how can we incorporate more of a European lifestyle into our life in the Northwest? So we started thinking about properties that have walkability to things like the post office or coffee shop or restaurants. Yeah.
Right. Stuff that we go to on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, without it being a strip mall. There's nothing wrong with a strip mall, but.
Right.
And so the 3 places that I think you can do that, well, 4-ish, that I think you can do that well in Clark County is obviously downtown Vancouver.
Yes.
Downtown Camas.
Yes.
Ridgefield.
Yes.
And Battleground, parts of Battleground.
Which
is kind of getting into that like semi-strip mall. Because in the main street area of Battleground, they built 2 large grocery stores and 2 large shopping centers, but you still have a lot of small local businesses right there along Main and Battleground.
Right. I think probably not nitpicking, but to me, part of being walkable, and again, you can build strip malls, obviously, they can build them, but I think having proximity to like older established parts of the area is very, very unique to me. That's kind of really what gives it a little bit more character and grit, if that makes sense. So like you said, downtown Camas is super historic. You go down there, you can feel the character, the history, all of that good stuff. So
we didn't want to do downtown Vancouver because we also wanted something very quiet. We felt like downtown Vancouver was a little too in the mix, although from an option standpoint, options and variety of shops and restaurants and amenities, if you want to be walkable.
It's tough to beat.
And like cute and quaint downtown, because you could be in downtown Portland, but that's like big city.
Right.
Like to me, I would still live in downtown Vancouver. You never know. In a year or 2, we might tell you to move to downtown Vancouver.
Surprise.
So it's a great option, but it wasn't the option for us at this stage.
Right. And today's video is about Ridgefield, the new with the old. As I'm talking, I just saw someone zip around the corner in a golf cart, which you'll see quite often. Ridgefield is actually golf cart.
Downtown Ridgefield is a golf cart zone.
A golf cart zone. So again, one of the things that we've come to recognize, Ridgefield is a cool kind of just a paradox of new and old, of quaint, and now what we're going to ride and take you guys along to is like new, convenient, modern amenities, roundabouts, just some really cool things that make life living here very high quality in our opinion.
Is it true that there's only one stoplight in the city of Ridgefield? Is that accurate?
That's correct. And it's flashing right here.
No, I'm talking about the one on Royal and Hillhurst.
Royal and Hillhurst. Oh, I forget about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then technically there's 2 at the highway, but I don't count those.
Right.
There's very little. Basically, the city is mostly run off stop signs and roundabouts. If you don't like roundabouts, do not move to Ridgefield.
Yes, I love them.
I love them.
They seem pretty simple to me to figure out, but to each his own. So again, we're going to take you along for a ride. Before we do, we're going to spin you around, kind of show you the intersection of Pioneer and Main. This is kind of like the epicenter of historic downtown Ridgefield. And then we're going to bring you along on our bicycles as we make our way up Pioneer to the new Union Town Ridge Center.
Oh my God. Union Ridge Town Center.
And along the way, we'll actually stop off and point out a couple other things.
Yeah, and you know, it's fun because as we've been standing here, you can see like there's the UPS truck going by, there's cars going by from the marina, there's people out walking, there's people going to yoga class above the hardware store. There's, you know, it's just, it's like, I don't know how to, it feels like you said rich in the sense that like people are out and about and enjoying
Couples
this little
walking,
area.
holding hands. I mean, it feels good, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to again spin this around, see if I can do this right. Bing, bing, bing.
So we're riding down Main Ave in downtown Ridgefield, and we're passing some cool little businesses like the Ridgefield Hardware Store and the Ridgefield Wine Club. And on the left, we have the Liberty Theater and Seasons Coffee, which is a historic theater in downtown. And then we've got Sportsman Public House also on the left. On the right, you see this open field that used to be a laundromat and also where the old jail was housed, and now it's been torn down and they're either going to use it, I think, as a parking lot or to continue to develop it. We're also passing one of our favorite pizza places / Little Conejo Norte. Great food. And then you can see this Ridgefield Community Library here. So that morning there were 2 events going on. There was an adult fiber art social circle and also an adult English conversation circle. So very cute things. The social circle, you can work on projects, make connection. Any stitchery hobby was welcome, like knitting, crocheting. And then you also had the English speaking volunteers to help people learn English. Across from the library, we have Davis Park. This is where the Ridgefield Farmers Market is held, along with various different events. And you'll almost always see kids and families out there playing. It's just very wholesome, small town vibe. It's one of the things that we love so much about Ridgefield. Now we're gonna head south on Main Ave over to the food cart pod, and some of the other businesses you'll see is Tailored Fitness Studio, which is above the hardware store. You've got Coach's Cuts, The Collective, which is a gift shop, and you also have Main Street Studio, which is a hair and beauty salon.
And as you can see, there's a lot of bird-themed places and businesses in Ridgefield, whether it be the Nest or newer business here, Fin and Feather, Fine Guns Repair Restoration, Rods and Reels. and some really good food options here. One of my favorite, probably my favorite actual Mexican locally is right here, this white food pie that Hal's standing at now recording. And being the quintessential small town, you actually have Ridgefield City Hall.
And you know, we live in such a friendly part of the country here in Southwest Washington. We had some bikers pull up next to us, and we just had a good old chat about e-bikes and cycling, and it was just very friendly and neighborly. And you can add that to our list of things we love about Southwest Washington and the Ridgefield area. This is also where you'll see the big 4th of July parade. We did a video about it. You can check it out here. There are probably about 5,000 people that come out every 4th of July for the parade. It's a big, big deal. There's a 5K run in the morning. There's a festival and food. And so great thing to do with kids if you're looking for free and fun things to do throughout the summer with kids. Now, on the left, we're passing the Ridgefield Administration and Civic Center, also known as the RAC, and we are riding right under this sign about the big paddle. That is one thing you'll see as you go through Ridgefield in the downtown area and also on Hillhurst. There's always banners up for different things that are going on. So sometimes it's the Christmas tree lighting, sometimes it's the Kids Art Festival where they have local kids art up around various businesses. Obviously this time of year we have the big paddle coming up, which is the first Saturday every June. And it's a paddling event that starts in downtown Ridgefield at the Waterfront, goes up Lake River, up into the Lewis River. Very big turnout and well-loved event. Now, as we approach the next intersection, we are leaving the downtown area, also leaving the golf cart zone, and what has been very bike friendly with wide streets and plenty of bike lanes is about to change, and you'll see that coming up in just a minute. So as you can see, heading east on Pioneer Street, we've got a sidewalk and the bike path. To our left is Abrams Park. And when we get to the end of where Abrams Park is, that is when the bike lane and sidewalk end. We're going to cross over G Creek and head up a bit of a hill. Ridgefield is very hilly, more of a rolling hills rather than somewhere like Camas that has more sharp, steep hills. So you've got lots of rolling hills, and it's also a little bit more breezy here than maybe other places in the county. Hence why we have a winery in town named Windy Hills Winery. beginning of the video, we talked about how Ridgefield has a multimodal plan, and part of that is to connect what is very multimodal in the downtown area and more close to I-5 in the newer retail area. That's all very bikeable and walkable, but this section that connects downtown and the newer parts of Ridgefield is not the most bikeable. So you can see we're kind of riding along the shoulder here. I also will see kids and families walk and bike along the shoulder here all through the summer season. And really throughout the year, anytime it's not raining, I see people walking along this street pretty regularly. So it's definitely needed, and it'll be much welcome to have more connectivity because people are already using it without it. Now, as we come up here, we're coming to the exit of the bike lane. So in certain parts along Pioneer Street, you'll see that there are bike exits that merge onto the sidewalk. This is to help cyclists go through the roundabout. So we call this one the obstacle course because it gives you a chance to test your U-turn skills on your bike. But it gives us an opportunity to have minimal contact with cars when we're crossing intersections. Now you can see we're in some of the newer residential areas, approaching the retail section. In this first retail section, you've got a local restaurant called Beverage. You've also got Starbucks, 8 Cow Creamery. You've got a nail salon. You've got Jojo and Coco. You've got different shops, from pet stores to restaurants to places to dine and drink. You've also got Rose Hours here, or as an abbreviation, you can call it Rosie's, which I usually do because the pronunciation still trips me up to this day. And as we are now squarely in the newer section of Ridgefield, to the left you can see this field is actually going to become more retail development. Plus you've got dentist's office and Mod Pizza, Taco Bell, banks, tons of stuff here to the right of us. Now we're approaching the newest roundabout at Discovery Drive. This is also where the YMCA is going in. That should be very, very nice for our community. It's going to be built out even with an indoor pool. And on the right, there will be a new business park. So you can see that with Ridgefield, there's a lot of investment and development going on, both in the retail and commercial sectors. So it really shows you how much it's grown and growing. A lot of these businesses that we're passing didn't exist when we moved here a year ago. So there's changes happening really fast, and I think that this is going to only accelerate the growth that Ridgefield is experiencing. You can also check out our video, Is Ridgefield the New Camas? And we'll link it here as well. So now we've approached Starbucks. We're going to check it out. It's brand new. Very excited for all of the new businesses coming in, and we'll try to keep you updated as much as possible on everything that's going on. The last business that I do want to touch on is the Vancouver Clinic, because we did do a video about healthcare in Vancouver, Washington, and the Clark County area. And there is a Vancouver Clinic urgent care up here, as well as their pediatrics are mainly housed up here in Ridgefield as well. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We had a lot of fun filming it. Let us know if you like this style of video of seeing things by bike.
So we just made it here to the new Starbucks. Again, across the parking lot. If you angle it a little bit, you'll see the Chipotle just across the parking lot. But one of the things I was excited about again is that there's some dedicated bike infrastructure in a way of bike racks here. So what I'm in the process of doing is locking up the bikes, and we'll go and enjoy some coffee and maybe a breakfast sandwich. But again, this is pretty cool. So again, we wanted to shoot this video to tie in the combination of Ridgefield now of some really cool, quaint, historic stuff to the most up-to-the-minute, round, convenient businesses and infrastructure.
Living in
Pacific Northwest. So we just ordered at Starbucks. We're about to sit down, a little outside patio area, which is really nice. They did a great job, I think. So you have Pioneer Street right here, and then you have the I-5 right over the hill. There's a new gas station that's going to be part of this development, and I'm pretty sure I saw, so there's Shell gas pumps. So I'm pretty sure this will be a Shell station, which I ain't mad at. When I don't fuel at Costco, Shell is my next choice. And again, across the parking lot, we park the bikes at the bike racks, which I love the fact that they have some biking infrastructure. And again, you will be able to come off of Interstate I-5, either north or south, right on Pioneer. And you come down and there's a first traffic circle, 56th. And depending on what you want, you'll come in here. And you can go to Costco, get all your shopping, gas, what have you, have Chipotle, and then what everybody's really super duper excited for is that you'll see a partially covered in and out sign.
You can see today they're installing the roof on the in and out. There's also an Ace Hardware that's coming here. Lots of construction. Now we're on the backside of Chipotle.
Right there with Mount St. Helens in the background. Cool is that? All right, let's enjoy breakfast.